I have a serious question. Why do news of other phones only intensify during iPhone Day? Because yes, we have some new leak specifications that give us a better idea of what Google's new chip and the Pixel 6 Pro camera will do, and it's kind of crazy. We have some early reports on the details of the Galaxy S22's camera capabilities, because it seems that that's a trend. And we also have a couple of tidbits of information of the iPhone 13 that weren't mentioned at the event that are pretty hot. I'm Jaime Rivera, and can I just say that Techtember is only crazier than ever, and that's actually a good thing. I'm glad for the industry to be back. This is Pocketnow Daily. Alright, don't worry about it. The official news today don't begin with Apple news. Let's talk about Xiaomi for the first time in a while. The company introduced two new flagships earlier today at the event with the Xiaomi Mi 11T and the Mi 11T Pro, and I say that they are deserving of attention. Both of them share the same 6.67-inch AMOLED display that runs at 120 Hz with Dolby Vision, HDR10+, and peak brightness of 1000 nits. But really, the main differences are on the inside, with the Mi 11T being powered by the MediaTek Dimensity 1200 Ultra, 8 gigs of RAM, and 128 gigs of base storage. The Mi 11T Pro is powered by the Qualcomm Snapdragon 888 and goes up to 12 gigs of RAM, 256 gigs of storage. They're both bringing 5,000 milliamp hours in the battery that support 120 watt fast charging. Xiaomi claims they can get 72% of a charge in 10 minutes, which is crazy. Another thing that they share is the camera setup, with the 108 megapixel main sensor at f1.8 aperture, an 8 megapixel ultra wide sensor, and a 5 megapixel macro that I know you're crazy about seeing. On the front, you get a 16 megapixel shooter at f2.5 aperture. Both of them come in three color variants, being black, white, and blue, but the cool part is the price, with the regular Mi 11T starting at 500 euros and the 11T Pro starting at 650. Seems Xiaomi woke up to smell the coffee of better price tags, which is the way they started. And retailers are AliExpress, Amazon, and Xiaomi's website, though we're not exactly sure on availability out of certain regions, so we'll just keep you posted, and hopefully Xiaomi can come up with better names. Now, even if we didn't start the day with Apple news, we still have to talk about the little things that usually don't get discussed on the day of the event, specifically with iPhone internals. As yes, the first Geekbench scores of the A15 are live, and for those of you thinking there's no performance boost because we're getting the same CPU here, meaning the same 5nm process, think again. When it comes to the GPU, the 13 Pro earned the metal score of 14,216, a crazy 55% increase over 9,123 metal score of the 12 Pro. Apple is calling this the world's fastest smartphone chip, and I mean, so far it looks like if they're walking the talk, considering that everyone is still trying to catch up with the A14. Now, another thing that never gets talked about at the event is RAM, and according to Xcode 13 Beta, Mac Rumors is confirming that the 13 Pro and the Pro Max models are equipped with 6 gigs of RAM, and then the 13 and the Mini are getting 4. Pretty much the same as we got with the 12 lineup. If you're skeptical on the source, these are the same strings usually confirming how much RAM is available, as Apple, again, never discloses it. So yeah, let us know if you guys are okay with the performance boost for these iPhones and if you're getting one of them, because, you know, I saw a ton of comments on the CPU, and yeah, I mean, we'll just have to see. And with the release of iPhones, it's time for the upcoming flagships to take the spotlight in the rumor mill. Let's talk about Samsung Galaxy S22 series. After a break, Ice Universe tweeted out that he's back and told us to look forward to the S22 series, as he knows a lot but will share that a lot when the time is right. He then went on to tweet multiple leaks on different specs, starting with that Exynos 2200. And listen, I'm gonna link to the details because there's no need to get technical. We even get specifications on that AMD GPU as well, but it seems that that will be tuned differently between the S22 Ultra and then the smaller variants. Now, ICE also reported that 45 watt charging over USB-C is back, as it only was featured with the Note 10 Plus and I believe the S20 Ultra, I could be wrong. And in that same approach, this might be another Ultra exclusive feature. Finally, ICE also talks about the cameras for the two base models. He claims that Xiaomi plans to use their GN5 camera sensor, meaning both phones will have a 50 megapixel main sensor, and in terms of resolution, yes, we can expect a major upgrade from the past two generations, but I don't know if I can say that it's going to be amazing once you throw in binning, as those larger micron sensors were great. And don't worry, the under-display selfie camera won't be making the cut as well. The Z Fold 3 was a clear example that is good for videos, but not necessarily for selfies. So we're still a few months away, but these are some nice additions to the S22 series. We'll see how the reports evolve. But finally, for the hottest news today, let's talk about the Google Pixel 6 series, because why not? After the company unofficially announced it a month ago, pretty much, different tidbits of leaks have come out since, and well, today we have a couple of new reports, starting with the Tensor chip. Over the weekend, we got a listing of the Pixel 6 Pro on Geekbench, but it was most likely a fake, or at least we thought it was, but then the guys over at XDA are citing a source with a real Pixel 6 Pro model, and we're able to sort of corroborate that things are pretty much right. I'm not going to bore you with the technical details, but the report mentions that at the moment, this Pixel 6 is on pace to be faster than the Qualcomm Snapdragon 888, though it may achieve that by sacrificing power efficiency, which is something that Qualcomm is really good at. But then moving on from that Tensor chip, the same XDA source also gave us some details on the camera. He says that it'll feature a new 50 megapixel Samsung GN1 main sensor, as well as a 12 megapixel Sony IMX386 ultra-wide lens, and then an IMX586 4X telephoto, which pretty much are the same that are on the OnePlus 8T. And I mean, yes, they're kind of dated, but they're Google. And upgrades don't stop there, as we also have some screenshots of the possible camera features. And well, it looks like there's a baby mode and even a motion de-blur option, but sadly, there's really no information as to what these modes do. Finally, we also hear that the 6 Pro will bring a Quad HD Plus display that's running at 120 Hz, and on the inside we expect the 5000 mAh power pack, 120 gigs of storage, Wi-Fi 6E, and under-display fingerprint sensor, and more. So with the new iPhones already being out, the Samsung foldables, which are pretty hot, and with these new details on the Pixels, I mean, are you still waiting for a Pixel, or will you go for a Galaxy foldable with the deals, or will you get an iPhone? Because in my case, if I had to pick, obviously I still have to hold that Pixel to tell you more, but man, that Z Flip 3 at that price is even harder to beat now that we know everything about the iPhones. But anyways, that's just me. Leave us a comment down below. We'd love to know your opinion. Friends, again, if you want to get the news earlier, follow us on Pocketnow.com and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this one. You can also follow us on social media, so our extended coverage happens on Instagram, and follow me on my personal handles to see me debate the obvious with leaks. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like what you saw. I'm Jaime Rivera. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.